21. Luke 21 and 23, I believe. Yeah, this is the one right here. I'll just get to the point. This is Luke 21, verse 25. And it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. And we're seeing that. We're seeing blood moons every so often. We're seeing strange things going on round about the sun. Fire tornadoes and all of that stuff. And then we're seeing chariots in the sky. And then we're seeing distress, as it says, and upon the earth, I'll just read it. And upon the earth, the stress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So as you look into the sky, what do you see? You see phenomenons, which is accordingly to the world, which according to us is a reality. The signs that we see in the heavens, and also the chariots. And then while we look down here on earth, what do we also see? We also see people protesting every so often. And it was even saying down here in Europe, a lot of people are protesting against the lockdown conditions, and that the government frees the people from these lockdown conditions. This is what we're seeing today. And you had a major protesting that took place down here in London. And the protest was, I think it was called something to the effect of kill the bill. Putting on fire the police vans and stuff like that. So, I mean, people are definitely acting on frustration. So we're in that time, man. We're in a time of what? The stress of nations, man. Down here in Europe, all you had was people protesting against the lockdown restrictions, and that they're expecting to one day be freed from these lockdown restrictions. But that's not going to happen. Now, they may unlock the people out of this lockdown, but guess what? Eventually, another situation is going to occur after that. Like it says in the book of, let me see if I can get the scripture. I'm not going to roughly paraphrase it. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So let's just say that in the next 3 months and 4 days or so, they unlock people from these lockdown restrictions. It's going to be something else playing out, man. And it's probably going to be a lot more worse than these lockdown restrictions, because these lockdown restrictions, this is nothing, man. People are protesting and complaining about lockdown restrictions. So just imagine how people are going to react when the real plagues come around. And what I mean by the real plagues, I'm talking about when this economy crashes and other things start to really shake this kingdom up, man, which Esau got up in their store somewhere, stored up in their mind. So anyway, yeah, I'm done with that. So we're going to move forward. So now I'm going to deal with another side. And what I want to focus on is the coming together of the nation of Israel concerning the elect. So meanwhile, you have all of this protesting going on and division amongst our people that are not of this truth. Within the truth, you have the unification. And that's the house of David being restored, as in the good old days. Amos 9 and 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and clothe close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So this is happening right now by the word, and the word is gathering the elect together, and they're seeing eye to eye on the same thing concerning this ministry. We don't all have a unique doctrine. We all have the same doctrine, and when we come together, we speak the same thing. Okay? So we're being gathered by the word, formulating or reformulating the house of David. Through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the house of David is being reformulated. Ezekiel 37, verse 1. I'll get to the point. Ezekiel 37. Verse 4, it says again, he said unto me, now you know what, I read verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones. And I say unto them, O ye dry bones, and hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, power unto these bones. Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Just like how it says in the book of Genesis on how the Lord breathed in the nostrils of man the breath of life. In other words, meaning knowledge. So the men of the Lord that came before me, and brothers that are around the same age as me concerning this faith, and I'm talking about the apostles of the great millstone, they taught us this truth, and they breathed upon us the breath of life, which can also be considered the Holy Spirit. Okay? And this is why we're able to also interpret these scriptures down, and we're also able to have the confidence and the ability to go outside and teach the Father's word, because we have the Holy Spirit upon us. And I just want to briefly elaborate on the video that the Apostle Gabar did about the Holy Spirit being as the engine of this truth, to push this truth. And it's very true as to what the apostle was basically saying on how the Holy Spirit is the only engine to further this ministry, to further this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. That's the engine that moves the body of the Messiah, which are a collective of men which were ordained to receive this doctrine. And I want to read that in the book of 1 Corinthians 12. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. And wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of the Most High calleth Yahawashi accursed, and that no man can say that Yahawashi is the Lord, but by the Holy Spirit. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is, let's read this again. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith, the same Spirit, many members making up this one body, which is the body of Yahawashi. So I just wanted to just get to the point on that, on the 12th verse. As it reads, for as the body is one, and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is a Mashiach. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, which the Gentiles are Israelite foreigners, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drunk into one spirit. And that still stands to this very moment in time, because a lot of us at this point in time, well, I say most of us, because we've been scattered outside of our land, a lot of us didn't know that we were Israelites. A lot of us weren't born to know that we were Hebrew Israelites. We had to figure it out through the Spirit. The Spirit revealed it to us. So we're all Gentiles in this case, in this stage of the game, in this eon. All right? So going back, I'm going to say we are a collected group of men that have been elected and chosen to represent Yahawashi, and we are symbolic of his body. Just like every body of man or woman has a spirit upon it. So now we're going to move forward, and we're going to get Revelations 11, verse 11, and it says, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of the life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So the spirit of life entered into them, which is basically another way of saying the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit entered into these men, and these men stood upon their feet, and therefore they became an organization, which the word organization goes back to the word body. And then you also have the term organs, which your organs are your what? Your body parts. So in this body, well, all organisms, allowing the body to function. All right? In this organization. So anyway, I think I made my point on this video here. I want to give all of the praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Towards. And with that, I say Shalom.